Well, just your thoughts of going down there. This six-game streak started after the loss up here to them. How much of motivation do you think that was?
Well, I think motivation is to win the basketball game. Try to win a road game against a talented team that really execute offensively. Has a great player in Pope. Those other guys feed off his energy, his dribble penetration, his shot making ability. So for us, it's really trying to win a basketball game.
How'd you emphasize to your players that Pope is a key and that he can't do what he did maybe last time?
We just got to shut him down. You know, we got to accept the challenge at some point. A really talented guy, Justin Turner, Marshall Henderson. We got to be able to stop him. He gets his volume of shots. He's a very efficient offensively. He doesn't take a lot of bad shots. He executes well. You got to accept the challenge. You got to make his looks tough. You got to deny him the basketball. He can't be a guy that beats you. He beat us at our place. He can't be a guy that beats you.
Does it get down to a sort of calling a guy out thing to make sure he toughens up defensively? And how much does pride play in that?
I just think really, as a coach, you know your makeup, you know your personnel. So whether you call a guy out, I don't know how much that matters. You should know your team at this point. It's just really guys accepting the challenge. I think guys have pride in what they're doing, but it's a matter of getting stops. But it's a team effort with a guy like that because they run screens for him. He goes off the bounce. They do a lot of things to get him open. So now it's not just our guards, our big guys being in position to help when necessary.
How much you can't say anything beyond a shadow of a doubt that the sense of this team is past either you would have to worry about them, being carrying Tuesday's win over to Saturday. You think?
Oh, no, I don't think they're worried about that before. I mean, they try to win the basketball. That's the most important thing. So we have to do everything in our power and execute on both ends of the floor. And really try to get off to a good start. You don't want to get off to a slow start in the road. Get off to a good start. If you get off to a slow start, you still have to defend at a high level.
Did you see that growth from these guys? I mean, we're very shy about questioning mental toughness early this season. It seems like that was.
I think they've developed that. I think that's been the biggest key in our growth as a team, the mental toughness, fight through situations, being down in games, continue to execute. Like I told our guys against Florida, one of the better defensive teams in the country. Our guys saw that, but they made the adjustments in the game and made the plays to win the game. So definitely I think we've grown in that department.
Cuonzo, you mentioned the growth of your team. Do you think there was a particular turning point?
Well, I think at South Carolina, I think that was when we started to make progress. I mean, you saw these spurts in practice, but you got to prove it in the game. But I think in the South Carolina game, I think our guys started to make the progress necessary to win ball games.
How much do you feel y'all have improved your three-point defense, the perimeter defense, since that Georgia game? They really seemed to kill you with a three-pointer in that game.
I just think, you got to give Georgia a lot of credit for coming and winning the game. We didn't play well at all as a team on either end of the floor. We didn't execute either end of the floor. Just one of those games you try to erase the tape and keep moving. They did a great job coming and winning the basketball game.
You say you try to erase the tape. I know the players were saying you've reminded them quite a bit about what Pope did. How often have you kind of brought up what he was able to do against them?
Well, he's a talented player. I mean, he's a guy that when it's all said and done, whenever he decides to leave college, he'll be a professional player, in my opinion, barring major injury. But those guys are built that way for a reason. He have a talent level for a reason. He's one of the best for a reason. You just have to accept the challenge as a basketball player and try to stop him. It's like 3 or 4 guys on our guards position that'll try to guard him. But you also have to have your big guys ready to help you at all times. He's one of those guys that's constantly moving, they setting screens for him. Not just the guy that's guarding him, there's 2 or 3 guys hovering around him.
Cuonzo, you talked about guys accepting challenges constantly with players and big scorers like that. Do you think what happened last time will make your guys maybe a little bit more eager to accept that challenge of stopping him?
Marshall Henderson, we played him twice. Scored the ball. You got to do it. It's real simple. You got to accept the challenge and get it done. It's real simple.
Cuonzo, it seems like with a lot of those guys that are kind of the lead dog on their team, they're really emotional guys that can kind of go for them or against them. Pope seems like he's just pretty laid back, pretty calm a lot of the time. Is it hard to rattle a guy like that you can't really use his emotion against him by getting in his face?
He's one of those guys you have to limit his touches because he's one of the best I've seen in the country. I mean, no matter what league, very efficient when he attacks, takes good shots, he shoots his pull-up the same way, attacks the rim, shoots his floater the same way, pull up off the glass, he gets to the rim, he rebounds the basketball. He had 11 rebounds with 6 minutes left in the first half at Vandy. He's a complete basketball player. He's not a guy that's going to get rattled in any situation. You got to limit his touch, his activity.
How much are you looking forward to maybe seeing playing a road game where you got a bunch of fans in the stands? I know it's places like Rupp, it's kind of tough to squeeze in there sometimes, but with Georgia, there's usually some seats available. There's usually a lot of orange down there.
We can get fans. I think that'll be great. I mean, I think it's good for our guys because there's a lot of Tennessee followers in the Georgia area. In the state of Georgia and surrounding communities, we got to get a lot of guys to really help and get involved.
Cuonzo, late in the season, last 2 years, you guys really turned it on. But what do you think is the key to having that back against the wall? Feel you think the team needs that in order to play to its best of its ability?
I hope not. I think you're talking about 2 different seasons. I think Last year was a new team, a new coach trying to learn the system and the style. I think this year the guys are familiar, but just the mental toughness we lack in certain areas, the focus we need in certain areas, and it just really defending, the level we need to defend that, executing offense. There's a lot of different things. Now the guys have really come together and doing it.
Coach, I know it's a one-game